A little while ago, I had the bright idea to try to become a walking Tesla tower in Risk of Rain 2. And I started to think to myself, what items would I need for a build that would make a walking Tesla tower? Well, I wanted things like, of course, the unstable Tesla coil, because it's a Tesla tower. And then I thought, maybe get ukuleles because they're kind of shooting lightning in between their enemies. I wanted to get personal shield generators to act as my health item because that seemed the most fitting more than anything else that would regenerate health for a Tesla tower.
Damn.
I wanted to get fuel cells because, Tesla towers have batteries. And that's exactly what I did. I started stacking these items to the point where I had too many to count. And I chose Captain as my character for this because he is a very slow shooting character. His hit speed is very slow. I wanted to get to the point where I didn't have to shoot at all and everything on my screen died instantly. Let's just say it took a while, but that's exactly what happened towards the end. What, what was that? Was that a... Oh my goodness. And the journey has begun.
Oh?
And begun it had.
Weird
My
spot.
build was starting to form its base. I had two unstable Teslas, I had two 57 leaf quillovers, I had a Sonorous Whispers, the shell that makes more drops from elites and bosses. My build was starting to look very strong. My Tesla was killing the small things pretty
I am
quickly
so
and pretty
excited.
easily. The medium things took a little bit
Damn, I
more
just
hits,
hit.
but were also dying relatively fast, and the big enemies still took some time to take down. But my Tesla was developing. My walking tower was forming. Though the damage wasn't at 100% yet, the base of it was forming and we were creating a very, very strong build. My next few boss fights looked relatively the same. I would find the new Dalter, click the teleporter, and defeat the small enemies really easily, but the bigger enemies still took a little more oomph. I had to supplement bosses with Captain's own damage, having a close call only once right here.
Holy shit, we're not invincible. We are not invincible.
And besides that, as long as I stayed moving, as long as I kept shooting, and as long as the Tesla kept
Yeah, we're pretty
activating,
quick with it.
things were dying on their own pretty much as time went on. And as the stages continued to progress, I found myself shooting less and less, and the Tesla Tower doing more of the work. Proc chains are so very nice. As soon as the Tesla picks up, it's just like everything in that area is dead. Alright, to the other Void Seed.
Yeah, I think we're ready to go.
Around these middle stages, I was really stacking up on my personal shield generators, which brought me up to over 7,000 health. I was getting a little bit of damage with the laser scopes, with the delicate wristwatches, and
Yeah, that's a lot of
overall,
damage.
I was shooting a lot
Not currently. We're
less,
not in the
and
middle of these
things were
yet.
dying a
Oh my gosh,
lot
that's gonna hurt
more
if it hits.
independent of my fire. The Tesla Tower was killing them pretty much on their own, and
On a
when I
lot of
did have to
fire.
shoot, it would basically start a proc chain that would kill things on their own. I didn't have to shoot more than once, really at all. Things were
I know.
dying on
14,000
their own.
regenerate now.
I had a very strong
It's
build
not
at this
bad.
point. I don't know why it took me until
Oh,
stage 12 to realize, but
196,000. Is that
I
what
finally
is that
got
what
an
this one is?
equipment that made sense, the Royal
Holy shit.
Capacitator. If you guys are
That's
unfamiliar with
strong.
this item, it calls down a lightning
That's
strike
real
for
strong.
3,000% damage. 30 times your base damage. When you combine that with a few fuel cells and a few gestures of the drowned, you are doing 3,000% damage almost all of the time, assuming that you're looking at an enemy. It became the main way that I deal
If
damage,
I
and
get
it
more
was
fuel cells, does it
absolutely
increase more?
insane.
Can it be like a permanent effect? Because I think it does 3,000% damage, so 30 times my base damage. Hold on. I think the fuel cells work
Say
on
stuff is
this.
dying. And the fuel cells absolutely did work with this. And when you take into account the royal capacitator, all the shells that I have, all the fuel cells that I have, and the damage items that I started to stack up on, the delicate wristwatch, the laser scopes, the crowbars, the armor piercing rounds, you get
1
very
million?
high
11 million? What the hell
damage
is 11?
very, very quickly.
4
And you
million?
stack more, the damage only increases
I'm
to the
reading.
point where you are killing everything in an instant.
This is... You are watching a master at work. Dead. Let's see the number. 20 mil? Blazing Stone Titans are alive with 510,000 health, and now they're dead because we were dealing 80 million damage to them. $144 million? Not bad. Not bad at all.
And so, after getting that equipment, I think it's safe to say that I had officially become a walking Tesla tower. Everything that I was looking at was receiving 3,000% damage, and it would die instantly. Everything that I wasn't looking at would be getting hit by the unstable
75
Tesla
million?
coil, get
That
hit
seems
by the
low,
proc
but
chain.
okay.
Oh, and guess what? It would
7.
too die instantly. It didn't matter if I looked at it or not. It didn't matter if it took 3,000% damage. No matter what the enemies were being hit
470
by,
million, I
they
see.
were dying instantly. And
It's
thus, my
on this
only
stage
goal
of the
became to
maps.
see how much damage I could do in one hit. 10
I
million,
think I can
50 million,
zoom
100
in a
million,
bit.
500 million, a billion.
Have a
I
device
wanted to
change right
see
now.
how high I could get that most damage dealt to be. And thus I kept stacking the damage items, and as long as I was moving around, everything on my map was dying in an instant. And when I was about to end my run at stage 25, you can see how OP my build had got. 100 ukuleles, 200 shield generators, 25 coils, almost 100 laser scopes, 200 delicate wristwatches, 200 crowbars, almost 100 armor piercing rounds. My damage was pretty insane. And you can see for yourself. But this is how the end of my run looked like.
Mending. Oh no. Oh, they're all dead. And we have 3 ghosts. 1 second. I do think he's just gonna spawn in and die. Well, if my lightning locks on him, it does. He died. That might have been one of the fastest ones. Oh, my lunar chimera. He's gonna spawn in and just immediately die again. And is she gonna take my items? Is the question. Yes, he is. Thankfully, I have lunar chimera. Because I don't know what I'm doing right now. Come on, lunar. Yes. Okay, movement is back. Mithrix is dead. Now he's really dead. Oh, no, he's not. Now he's really dead. I can only guess that these guys are gonna take about half a second to die. And once they spawn in, of course. And the other ones, they're just dead as soon as I go through the portal. Seems like a good place to look, and they're dead. They didn't even get a chance, dude. That was so fast. Moving on to the next one. Dead. And we have one more. I just killed it from literally across the map. Before I'm even onto the next part, I killed them. Oh my gosh. Look, we still have the void effect. Because I don't know why, but it usually clears once we're like outside. We didn't clear completely. There we go. There you have it. A walking Tesla tower. Is our damage over or under 10 billion? I'm gonna say over. Over 10 billion for most damage dealt. That is. Our total damage is gonna be insane. Walking Tesla tower build be like
Most damaged out, 100,000 million billion trillion. 110 trillion. That's a third of our damage. What the hell? Wait, I have no idea what would have taken the damage of 100,000 million. Yeah, 110 trillion when our most damage was not even triple that. That is insane. Looks like a walking Tesla tower is not a bad way to go. Not bad at all.